like an
Yeah, no, I love
emoji.
it.
An emoji
Yeah,
started this. But you were
yeah,
thinking kind of
literally.
bigger than yourself,
Yeah,
which is, one of those things that the artists always like when they start off are kind of
yeah, yeah,
like selfish, like I'm the best
yeah,
there is, right? Like, and
yeah.
so
No,
think
definitely,
that's really great.
definitely.
So growing up in South London, so if you guys haven't heard, the South London accent is thick right now. Okay. My audience is out here in America and we just love it, and they're like, wait, hold up. You guys are the ones with the accent, right? So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, it's true. It's true. I do love the American accent, but I don't know if I sound proper. Maybe I do. I don't know. I don't know if I sound like I'm proper from South London,
well,
but
it's
people might
okay.
tell
It
me.
doesn't matter. So, growing up in South London, how did your environments influence your musical style and the themes you explore in your songs?
Yeah, I mean, there's South London is kind of known for being, it's not necessarily rough, but I guess it depends where you go. But it's known for being like a cultural hotspot with different cultures, different backgrounds, ethnicities, and just like a creative hub in general. There's quite a few spaces that are kind of just known for having creativity like deep rooted within it. And I think I've always felt that. I've always felt that spark, whether it's through music or through art or just anything creative in general. And kind of just seeing the lives around me. I went to school in South London. I grew up in South London. I know people from South London, just hearing stories. And um, I feel like I'm, not to bring the sunflower back, but like I'm a sunflower growing through the concrete and trying to
Yeah.
shine through
Yeah.
all those little dark moments. I think it's definitely affected my creativity from an inspiration perspective, but also just, yeah, drawing on the lives around me, which has been really great.
So, if you guys are just tuning in, we're talking to Sacha T, and it's just talking about the upbringings here. I believe what New York City would call a cultural melting pot, right?
Yes.
Known for diversity, a Caribbean, African, South Asian,
Yeah, yeah.
European backgrounds, the mix, you know. And I know some people from South London, and I know exactly what you meant when you said, "Do I sound properly?" Because they all sound like they're Jamaican gangsters, like
Yeah, yeah.
you know, like. And so I know you're like,
It's
wait,
so true.
I don't know, but
Yeah.
that's how some people felt when when I moved away, that I didn't sound like I was from the Bronx, like I didn't sound like I was from
Right.
New York, because I wasn't
Yeah.
saying B like every 5 syllables or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
so I feel
I
that,
get
you
it.
know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
and if
yeah,
you guys
yeah.
don't know, the musical roots there is again like a hotbed, especially genres like grime, garage, drill,
Yeah,
reggae, soul,
100%.
R&B. Stormzy's from out there.
Yeah,
Jesse Ware, they hail from there.
yeah.
So it's just a lot of things in South London. So definitely
Yeah,
understand that
100%.
you found like your community,
Yeah.
because there is a lot of communities there, basically. So, you know, now this award recognition, I got to get into this one because the only award I got was an attendance award, right? Because I just so
Participation.
I
I
just
love that.
you've received the
Oh
Ed Renshaw
no.
Award and support
Yeah.
from Help Musicians Mobile Awards. How have these
Mm.
accolades impacted your career and artistic growth?
It's so hard because I'm someone who finds it really difficult to celebrate myself and celebrate my little wins. I'm always like, oh, okay, that's great, but what's next? I don't slow down and think about how how great these things are, and I kind of just move on to the next. But I feel like with these, I don't know how they happened. I don't know where they came from. When I kind of got these messages or emails to be like, oh, yeah, you've received this, or you're getting this, or you've been recognized for this. I'm like, oh, me? Who am I to be someone to receive these things? And I get major imposter syndrome. But
Wow.
having the accolades and having people be like, do you know what? You're great. We're going to recognize you. We're going to give you funding. We're going to support you because we believe in what you do. I really appreciate it. I don't take it for granted, and I'm grateful when it does kind of chip away at that imposter syndrome a little bit and make me think, well, actually, maybe I'm supposed to be here. Maybe I'm on the right path and I'm doing okay. So yeah, it gives me a little bit of a boost, that recognition.
You know, you talk about this in specifics, okay? Because there's other things that you do, advocate for, you know, mental illness, which, you know, it is basically, you know, I'm going to say it's the thing right now, right? So
Yes.
if you're not aware that whatever somebody's feeling, they have to have a history of it, which was crazy because we kind of opened up in the background. Well, I actually did. Like I told her all my business, bro. But I feel like that, you know, sometimes people deserve it. You feel like I don't feel like later on I'm gonna be like, damn, I shouldn't have told Sacha all that, right? Like, it's,
No.
you know what I mean? Like, and one of the responses that you said was, I love openness so much.
Yeah.
And I want to get into this latest single because this latest single is a big opener from what you've been doing, from these collaborations that you've been doing, these and his taking off. You got the new song out there, and all of a sudden somebody, we reach out to Sacha and she's like, you know, just to let y'all know, I hate it here.
Yeah.
Like this, like what? Where did this? So I want before we introduce this, the story behind this one is a little bit, you know, I feel like it's described on the internet for something, but I don't know if it's the real deal. What's the I hate it here about?
Yeah. So here is my head. I hate it in my head. I hate it. I hate thinking. I hate being in my head. I find it really hard to be in a quiet room with my thoughts, by myself with my thoughts for too long. And the song it started as a freestyle on the stairs, and then eventually it developed into, I've been through some things, some things, to the point where some things I haven't been able to verbalize yet. Like they're still in there. Yeah. And it's really hard sometimes when you go through something random. You could be going shopping and the smallest thing will happen, and that trauma from 10 years ago comes back, and the tiniest thing triggers you, and you're thinking, and it's got nothing to do with it. You start overthinking, you start spiraling, and that's sometimes where I go to. That's sometimes what I do, and that song is about me. Not all the time. I do love my mind. I do feel like I have a beautiful mind, but the part of my brain that I hate is the overthinking, the tiniest thing triggering me, and I start sitting and thinking about it. I can't sleep at night because my brain is running 100 miles an hour. So yeah, it's just the real side of the sunshine that everyone sees, I guess.
And here it is. I hate it here, Sacha T. Streaming all over the place, everybody. Go streaming now.
I try to stick it out, but it's not easy. I'll figure it out, but right now I just need a minute. If I go running in my mind, then who knows what I might find. They say it's safer here inside, so maybe you can tell me why. It's not making sense existing, but I won't pretend that it's the best thing for me to do right now. Believe me, I've tried to stick it out, but it's not easy. Help me figure it Sometimes I feel like I've reached my limit. If I go running in my mind, then who knows what I might find. They say it's safe.
So I'm gonna say something. You know, I promised I wouldn't do this, right? Because we're short on time, but not short on time.
Yes.
As soon as I heard this, it was there was a clash of all that stuff that I told you in the back.
Yeah.
I was online with my friends on Discord, and I'm hearing it, and I'm like, this is exactly where I'm at, where I'm putting stories together that either existed and don't exist. The feelings that I have are not the same when I had them. The sense of excitement is turning into turmoil. And why am I doing that to myself? Because I don't want to forget. I don't want to remember. I don't want to hold on. I don't want to let go. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. Why am I here? Why am I here? And it's just like the timing of this song entering in everybody's lives and the way that you've like basically shared it with us. I do have those moments. Most of people have these moments, and you're finding a way to make yourself feel correct about something that is wrong. Or that's basically the aspect that I was getting. And I'm like, I had it on repeat. I'm like, yo, let's go. I'm drawing this whole thing up. I'm cleaning.
I love that.
Like, I'm going the fuck. That you're having with a lot of people. And I think you need to know that. Like,
thank you. I'm glad.
Am I here? It said my microphone changed, but I don't think it did.
Oh, I can hear you. I can't see you.
Okay.
But it's fine. But no. I appreciate that. And a lot of my songs, I say the last two songs that I released were more for me than anyone else. And this one I was a bit like, this one I wasn't even going to release. Like, this one was going to be a B-side track. Like, it was just going to be there.
Oh, beef.
I needed to get it out more for me, and it means so much more when it's a song for me but other people resonate with it, because I'm like, oh, okay, I'm not the only one. Okay, fine, good, we can carry on. And I want it to be not necessarily a shared trauma, but more like a shared overcoming of that trauma. How do we use those overthinking moments to our strengths rather than sitting in it? So yeah, I'm glad to hear it.
It's amazing. I'm not gonna lie. Like, and you know what's crazy is like the songs that are so personal are bringing light to you. And I think like as an artist, you're probably more grateful for that than you are that the songs that were put together, collaborated, didn't really feel. No one knows you don't feel them. But it's like, yo, I don't like that song. I don't know how that song popped off. Like,
literally,
how did that song get that fucking popular and I don't even like it? Which
100%.
I think the one that I started with was So Hard, which got you over 1 million listens on Spotify at least. And that's a different type of song. And that's crazy. But yo, you know what? And that I'm just happy for you, because the personal,
thank you.
As an artist, you want the personalized version of you to be on display. You know, you don't want that to be a bunch of other crap. Inspirations,
Yeah,
though,
absolutely.
I just want to know these inspirations because we never really got into it. Like your music blends various genres, right?
Yeah.
You're sitting there with the right, and then the other side, you could throw bars. I almost caught you. I almost caught you on one of your songs. Catchy, like you have bars. But anyways, which artists have the most influence in your sound, and how do you incorporate their elements into your work?
Wow. It's a tricky question because I pull on different artists for different things. I think probably my biggest inspiration, I'd maybe say, is Leanne Lahavis. She is more, especially when I perform live, people look at me and be like, "Oh, you remind me of Leanne Lahavis," which is such a major compliment. I don't take it lightly. But in terms of like my songwriting, John Mayer has a huge influence on my songwriting style. Coldplay in terms of how to make that sound relatable to people and sound like and feel like something people can sing along to. But yeah, I guess it depends on what I'm trying to achieve in a song and who I will look to. Yeah, it depends.
The songwriting process is different for a lot of people. Have you found something that has worked for you, and how do you translate because recently, like obviously you're translating your personal experiences into your music.
Yeah.
You're not telling people too much because, it's almost like music has a way of your music specifically has a music of getting a story out that you might not want out, but you feeling it, right? So what's your what's your songwriting process?
I mean, most of my songs actually start as a freestyle on the stairs. So I'm
freestyle on the stairs.
Yeah,
that's some Bronx shit right there. You from South London for real? Yeah,
I wasn't lying.
On the stoop.
100%. They all start as a freestyle on the stairs, and well, most of them start as a freestyle on the stairs, I should say. And I'm just sat. I put the camera up, and I just sing. I have the chords that I like. I have things that I'm like thinking in my head, and I just play. And then whatever looks good or sounds good, I'll post on Instagram, and then depending on what people resonate with the most, I'll then take that and be like, oh, okay, maybe this should be a song. Or if there's something I'm like, oh, I like this idea, I want to kind of add to it, I'll take it and turn it into a song. And that's what happened with I Hate It Here. That's what happened with So Hard. Like, they were the most loved, and I kind of took them. But I think my songwriting process is more, I'll get an urge. If I get an urge to write something, or I get an urge to freestyle, or I get an urge to be like, oh, I just need to pick up my guitar, that's when I'll end up going and something will happen. Hopefully something nice.
If you guys are wondering where you could reach Sacha, I dropped a link tree in the chat, but for those who want access, who are listening, SachaThomas.com, official website. You could see that, but the link tree is there. Go stream, go follow while we're talking. For those who are here live with us, go do all that, because one thing that I realized, like TikTok, you have to like always, for me, believe that you are talking to an audience, even if the audience isn't really there. This is a different kind of thing. You probably, I'm believing that you're young, right? But so you probably grew up with social media as being something that you're going to get, like it's going to happen, right? But as an artist, there's this performance of various venues. Is there a specific performance that stands out in your memory? Because in those situations, you really don't have that much control. You don't have video editing, stuff like that, sound bites, all that. When you're in social media, you have basically like whatever you produced and sent out, you did that. But live performancing is what's your experience with it, and what performance stands out best in your memory?
I mean, I absolutely love performing live. I feel like it's where I get to meet the people listening to my music. I get to see real time if it's actually working. And like you said, social media, especially as an artist now, you kind of have to be good at it. It has to be perfect and polished, and it's easier to control. Whereas I feel like live performance, I'm challenged a bit more to be like, okay, I have to be good. There is no take two. If my voice cracks, it cracks. Like, how do I fix it? And I think I perform live now as a way, like, it's just me and my friends. I don't know these people, but once you get in a room with me and you're watching me on a stage, we're friends now. If my voice cracks, I will pause the song and we're going to laugh about it together in the moment. I've had shows where 100%. I've had shows where I've started the song and stepped on the line and unplugged my guitar. And I'm like, oops, let's start again, guys, and making a joke about it. Like, we're friends, and I want people to be able to connect to the songs that I'm singing. Every word that I write is intentional. Every lyric means something. So the most important thing for me is that people understand what I'm listening to and they get it. So I want it to feel conversational. I want it to feel two-way. I want them to feel like we're in a room talking together, even though it's just me singing to them. So I really do enjoy playing with that, like, that barrier and breaking it down and just being open with me and my audience. It's so much fun. So, you know, yeah, I'm not too worried.
I didn't like get into this, but a lot of people, like, especially like people who are like one-minded. Okay, so one-way minded, right? So we know that you sing, and when I say songwriter, producer, there's also that faction. So my question, and to let everybody understand, is you play a lot of instruments. And one of them specifically is a guitar, and you have a collection of them. And if you guys want to see the collection, go to TikTok. It's super hilarious. It's introducing somebody into their life for real. You're often accompanying yourself on a guitar and keyboard. Mm-hmm. Do you have a favorite between the two?
Definitely guitar. I always tell people guitar is my weapon of choice, for sure. I can't play the piano or the keyboard like the way I want to play it. The guitar, I'm not necessarily a guitarist, but I can hold my own.
Yeah.
But if a keyboard player comes into the room, I'm like, I'm not touching that. You do it. But yeah, definitely guitar.
Now, has learning instruments helped you better connect with other musicians when collaborating?
Yeah. I didn't learn the traditional way, which kind of makes it a bit difficult. I taught myself, so I don't know the language.
Oh, yeah, I can't read that stuff either. You kidding me?
Exactly.
What are you talking about?
Impossible. I've got respect for people that can.
Yo, shout out to you for real. Like,
literally. So it's not easy sometimes in terms of like the official language, but just being able to translate what I want or what I want the guitar to do, or just being able to demonstrate it, it's definitely beneficial for sure.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little break because there is a feature here that you have with Jonas called Diamond. It's super, super like, it's almost like the styles are clashing perfectly here.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to invite everybody to understand Jonas. How did that end up coming about with you collaborating with Jonas?
Yeah, he just messaged me on Instagram. This was like 2 years ago. I was like, I'm looking for a female singer. Do you mind singing on it? I was a bit apprehensive at first because it's not my general style of music. It's a bit different. But I was like, yeah, sure. He sent it over. And in 30 minutes, I was on my living room floor recording it. And I kind of just did a test and was just playing with a few ideas. I didn't know he was going to like it. He did. And was like, yeah, so he's ready to go. I was like, oh, okay, fine. Let's do it. So yeah, he's great and he's really good. I think he produced it himself, did all the mixing and stuff. So I was super impressed. And
is there a video for that?
Great.
Is there a video?
No, he lives in Germany. So
so this is one of those situations where he's like,
yeah. He's far away. So I don't mind going to Germany though. So maybe you'll see it.
Maybe it's coming. Here it is, Diamonds, Jonas. And you're the featured artist on here, correct?
I am, yeah.
Wow. Here it is called Diamonds. You can stream it all over the place. Big shout out to everybody listening.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Girl, you know my diamond, yeah, yeah. Girl, you know my diamond. Yeah, you got me rising to the top of the world. Yeah, we riding to the top of the world. Like a star falling up on me. see me in the crowd, yeah, you notice me. Baby, you see, you got a crush on me. Girl, you light me up, my reality. Oh, yeah, yeah. You want me and I want you too. Black diamond, I just wanna hold on you. I never wanna take my hands off you. So good with the things you do. Yeah, girl, you got me feeling blue. Hey, girl, you know my diamond. Come get us in a drop top, baby, we're riding. Girl, I just wanna be with you till I die. Want you, oh girl, you're my diamond.
Be a diamond, ooh, the diamond you are to me. If I give you everything, ooh, don't give it away. Tell me, baby, baby, that you want me to stay. Cause you know I love it when you're calling my name. You're a diamond that I can't replace. I'll shine, you shine, you give me life. I'll take my time to make you mine forever. I'll shine, you shine, you give me life. I'll take my time and show you why.
Hey girl, you know my diamond. Come get us in a drop top, baby, we're riding.
That was Diamonds, Jonas featuring Sacha T on QSJ Radio. Diamond. You guys go get that. Go put that on your driving list. Like you got like you know, yo, shout out to Jonas too, man. He went in on that too. Stop playing.
Yeah, he did his thing. Yeah.
Hey, like, bro, I know at the end of that, he was like, there's no way that just happened. There's no way that just happened.
Yeah, no, it was a bit wild. When he sent it to me, I was like, oh, wow, it really worked. Okay, put it out. Let's do it.
Right now, you are consistently getting a lot of monthly listeners. The followers are climbing. The life has to end up becoming more private. Just a heads up from, an old man. You just you gotta do it, bro, because somebody's gonna be like, are you Sacha T? Or they probably already been doing it, and then you're like, yo, what is going on here? How's that feeling? This is a lot for an artist that this is a great come up that is going on for you.
It's good. And like I said, going back to I hate it here and the overthinking side of me, I'm a bit like, okay, this is good, but what's next? And I'm always like trying to figure out how to do better, and how to keep going. I don't think I've had time to stop and slow down and celebrate how good it is going. I'm just like, at any moment, I know this is not the best way to think, but I'm like, at any moment, it could go the opposite direction.
Yeah. I mean, that's realistic, and that also comes from a series of history, your own history, your own issues that have happened, and things like that.
Yeah,
like there's no way this is happening. There's just no way. And I'm gonna tell you it is, and I'm gonna be like everybody else you talk to from now on. Oh my God, Sacha, thank you so much for releasing all this music. Stuff like that. Some of this stuff is actually saving my thoughts because it's like, and I know that you're really big on mental health, right? So it's just saving my thing. I spoke to you earlier about a situation, but I also understood the other person. I couldn't talk like that 2 days ago.
Wow.
I couldn't talk like that. Without like, you can't talk to Sacha like that. Sacha's gonna be like, like what they going through.
Oh, I
like,
love that.
You know what I'm saying? Like what they going through. So I wasn't. So I'm in the understanding mode of this that I know that I have to wait. And I hope that you just wait. It's gonna be popping because right now I'm just thinking about what's the future looking like. Are there any upcoming projects, collaborations you excited about? Can you share with us? Because on that celebrity status, you can't say nothing until it happens.
Listen, I am I'm a normal person. I will leak things. I don't know about official dates.
Okay.
I have another collaboration coming up with someone who's Welsh. We met at a songwriting camp, and yeah, that should be coming up maybe in June. And interestingly, that songwriting camp I was on, I then got invited back, and I wrote another song with some different people from the US. And I was like, oh, I want to release this one. I like it. So I'm working on that. And I just got the mix back and it sounds so good. And I can't wait.
Oh, man.
And yeah, it's similar themes to what I've been releasing, but this one's a bit more happy and fun and very summery. So
which is crazy. I was just about to talk about this sad sunshine playlist you got. Like,
yeah,
sad song. I'm like, is this lady serious right now? Yo, if you feeling sad, go to this playlist. You're gonna be all right with the sunshine, which is, you guys can find that on the link tree. But if it's on some happy stuff, just find the sad songs. Everybody feeling sad once in a while, go ahead and do that. Which is crazy because
100%.
You put the playlist together, basically curated that, which is cool.
Yeah.
You got a song that you finally heard, things going in. This is a different time. And the reason I say a different time is because when you got a project and you got to go in on it, are we taking the same approach that we did with I Hate It Here, where there's going to be a social media engulf? Because I think that's where, like, yo, my promotion is going to be crazy for this. Yeah. Is that what we're thinking about?
I mean, it depends. I could be honest and transparent here. It depends. If I'm going heavy on social media, it means my budget is terrible. I don't have a lot. And social media for me is quick, it's easy, and it's free. And you can reach loads of people with the right strategy.
Bro, that was the realest shit I ever heard. And shout out to South London Zone. That was the realest shit I ever heard. If I'm going in on social media, that means my budget is Yo,
I am broke.
I'm broke as shit.
There's so many things to pay for. You got to pay for marketing. You got to pay for PR. You got to pay for the imagery. You got to pay for the photo shoot, the wardrobe. Like, there's a lot. And I'm like, my sister's gonna film it. My dad's gonna edit it for me. My mom's gonna pick my outfit, and then we're gonna go to a park, do it all. I'm going to put it on social media and hope that I get people looking at it. Yeah. That's it.
Oh,
that's my budget.
That's the budget, yo. Family based, like, bro.
Literally. Everybody's hired. Everybody can get a job.
That is hilarious. And you get some cookies and hugs. Thank you so much.
Literally, yeah. So it depends. If you see other stuff, it means, she got a little bit of money. She's passing the cash.
Yeah, you got to watch that. Amazing. I mean, that's probably the realest thing there, and I can only imagine and I know we're running out of time here, and don't worry, we have gone through what we wanted things.
Yay.
I do have one question left because there is a lot of up and downs as a musician, artist. Yeah. There's a lot of realism that you've basically ran into as a woman. There's a lot of, things that people take advantage of, especially if you're pretty. Like, being sometimes you don't even have to be pretty, but there's some guys in the industry that really don't take shorties serious. Like, come on, bro. They're really there to win the prize. Like, they're really there. Yeah. But anyways, the conversations that you have behind the scenes, I know that you probably would have had with emerging artists, people who have probably asked you questions or maybe not. Like, what advice do you give or would you give if you had the opportunity that you probably didn't have yet of an emerging artist navigating in this music industry today?
People always said, like, advice I always heard was like, remember your why. And I used to be like, oh, it's just something that you spit out, like, it's not real. But when you have your why, like, why do you do it? Why do you want it at the forefront of what you do? It helps you make every single decision that you want to make. If you're doing it for money, then know that. If you're doing it because you enjoy it, then know that. And I will always say, if you're not going to enjoy it, then don't do it, because it is very difficult. And I know it looks fun, and all the good stuff that people put on social media makes it look very appealing, but it's very hard. And I think, me personally, I had to get to the point where I understood that if no one was looking at me, I'd still be doing it. I'd still be releasing music. I'd still be sharing stuff and sending my message. If one person was looking, if no one was looking, I would do it, because I'm doing it for me. And I think you fully need to understand why. And when it gets tough and I post something on TikTok or I post something on Instagram and there's no views, people aren't interested, I share a song and it gets 2 listens, I'm like, it's fine, because I know I'm doing it for me and I remember the why.
Yeah.
And that kind of gets me through. So yeah, remember the why, keep going, and keep that at the forefront, and don't give up if it's what you really, really, really want to do.
You know, if I was right here and I was trying to tell an emergent artist anything, I'd probably say, don't let your friends know you have problems. They're going to be in your comments. They're going to be going crazy. These motherfuckers, they're going to be up in your stuff, bro. My bestie is going in right now on my kid's grandma, and I'm like, bro, relax. But she's not going to, because in reality, you're going to have that team of supporters that know the other side of the story, that know that you didn't want the story to come out the way it is now.
100%.
You know,
yeah,
because there is a, and shout out to that team. Sacha T, thank you so much for sharing your light, your story, your sound with us.
No, thank you.
From your soulful melodies to your heartfelt mission around mental health, it's clear why you're known as the British sunflower. Always blow, man.
Thank you.
Always lifting up others. We can't wait to see what's next for you. Everyone listen, go stream her music, follow her journey. Keep your hearts open to the magic that she's making. Until next time, which I think we're probably going to do one.
Listen, invite me back. It's been a great chat. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Stay inspired and keep blooming. Thank you, Sacha, for coming on here.
Thank you.
And don't hate it here so much, but I'm going to hate it here for a second. Here it is. I hate it here on QSJ Radio. We'll talk soon, Sacha.
Yeah, thank you.
Forgive me, I'm in my head again, still breathing, but I won't pretend that it's the best place for me to be right now. Believe me, I'm trying to stick it out, but it's not easy. I'll figure it out, but right now I just need